Tonight on SUTV News, a SHIP alum talks about her experience in the Peace Corps.
And Punxsutawney Phil gives us his weather prediction.
All that and more coming up right now.
Thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Marina Barnett.
And I'm Holly Hare. If our furry friend is right, we may be able to put away the snow boots a little early this year. Pennsylvania's own Punxsutawney Phil did not see his shadow this Groundhog's Day, which means an early spring for us. According to groundhog.org, Punxsutawney Phil has seen his shadow 100 out of 116 times. Next week, SHIP alumna Ann Larrow is visiting SHIP to share her experience in the Peace Corps. Those who attend will hear about her time as a volunteer in post-Soviet Moldova. Her talk will focus on leadership, politics, and how to make a difference. Join her Thursday at 6:30 in the Lehman Library, room 205.
Grab a cup of coffee, catch up on some studying, and catch an art exhibit. It's all possible at the campus library. Crystal Conzo has the story.
The etchings are easy for students to find.
The vision of the art is in the main gallery. In the main level, we have nice gallery that connects between the library and their learning center.
The art exhibit shows that the library is more than a place to study.
The library wants to demonstrate that we are a center of learning and cultural center.
A new series will begin in March by Roberta Ritu Ayula. For SUTV, I'm Crystal Conzo.
You can meet the artist Anne Finucane on February 17th at 3 o'clock. Greek life has many benefits to offer, and Rush Week is coming up. Amanda Trevel has the story.
I think it's really important on any college campus for students to find a place where they feel like they belong outside of the classroom.
A home away from home is just one reason for joining a Greek organization.
Greek life presents so many unique opportunities for kind of varied types of leadership, for the ability to learn how to work in groups. It's how to interact with people differently that you're not going to experience in just the classroom.
If you're interested in joining Greek life, here are some tips.
Check everything out. Read a lot of stuff, learn, go and check out not only the chapter's Facebook pages, but their national websites and figure out what the values of those organizations are.
Find the organization's values that match with yours. For SUTV News, I'm Amanda Trevel.
Rush Week is next week, and for more tips and information, go to sutvnews.com, keyword Greek.
When we come back, a new hangout for business students that might help them sharpen their skills.
And SHIP has a fencing club? We have the details next.
Students can sharpen their business skills with the new Brad E. Hollinger Stock Trading Room. The addition to Grove is named after 1976 graduate Brad E. Hollinger for his contributions to SHIP's Charting the Course, Lighting the Way program. Students can examine stocks and conduct research similar to Wall Street. The room is open to all students.
Students here have over 150 club options. The fencing club is one that comes to life in the shipwreck. Darby Sells has more.
The fencing club is one of the oldest games, but it's only been a SHIP club since 2012.
It's very safe, it's a lot of fun, and the more you get involved in this club, the more you feel like you're part of a family and you truly belong.
It's harder than it looks, but fencing is actually safer than table tennis, and the instructors are here to help you.
Well, we start off with basics. We teach them how to stretch properly, and then we do a lot of footwork, probably for a month and a half before we let them get out the blades.
The concept isn't difficult to learn.
We teach the different target areas and the different foot positions, but basically you just try to hit your opponent on the target area.
Lexi uses fencing as a way to de-stress.
It's a really good outlet. Sometimes when I'm feeling pent-up emotions just from everyday life, college stress, and that sort of thing, I gear up and then I can just take out all my anger on my opponent with my sword, and it's just fantastic.
The leaders hope to continue the tradition of the founders.
all of the officers have been trained by the founders of the club, and so now we really want to live on with their legacy by training all of the other new members.
There is no feeling like being behind a mask with a sword.
When you get, especially like your very first point in the club, once you get that first point, you feel awesome. It is so much fun.
It's really safer than it looks, and it's so much fun. No one has any idea how much fun it is until you gear up and actually participate in a real-life fencing bout.
The winner in fencing is the first person to 15 touches. For SUTV, I'm Darby Sells.
And Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Tonight in World News, Italy discusses passing a polarizing law.
And Brazil is still working on eliminating Zika-carrying mosquitoes before the Summer Games.
Scientists confirmed the case of someone contracted the Zika virus through sex, not through a mosquito bite. The patient was in Texas and was infected by having sex with someone who recently returned from Venezuela and was carrying the Zika virus. Fear of the virus spreading may affect the Summer Olympics Games in Rio de Janeiro. Brazil's organizing Olympic committee does not seem concerned.
We have worked with the local authorities to increase the inspections and to oversee all the venues in search for stagnant waters and possible presence of the mosquito. And we have sufficient funds to perform this work, and we will do so.
Summer Olympic Games are still taking place in Brazil as planned. One of the most controversial bills in Italy will get a vote on Tuesday. The country's Senate will vote on whether to legally recognize same-sex unions, and it will also allow gay couples to adopt children. The European Court of Human Rights recently asked the country to legally recognize same-sex couples. Two senior military leaders say women should be required to register for the draft. Last year, the Defense Department lifted restrictions banning women from combat jobs in the U.S. Acting Secretary of the Army Patrick Murphy told in a hearing that the matter should be put into national debate. He also encouraged Congress to look into the issue. The current system requires men between 18 and 25 living in the U.S. to register for the Selective Service System. They could be called into service if a draft is reestablished. The last time the draft was used was during the Vietnam War. Say about that.
You know, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I will say, though, we're not ready to go to war. I mean, my upper body strength is bad.
Yeah, mine's definitely lacking too, so
I
don't know if I'm ready for that.
Well, people in Twitter feel differently. Everyone was showing support for this, and we actually asked our audience to see how they felt for women to join the draft, and 47% of people that answered the poll said yes, and 40 people answered that they should abolish the draft, and then 13% of people said that no.
Well, it does make sense.
Yeah.
But it's a step, it's a step to having women in the Army.
Yeah. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Joe, for that report. When we come back, see how some students can still have some winter fun.
Also, SHIP's dance troupe celebrates 30 years of dance. You don't want to miss this. It seems like just like when the snow stopped, the rain started.
I'm not mad about it.
No, me
because
either.
Now I can make a turn onto the road without a huge mound of snow to not be able to see. So now I can finally see cars coming.
You just need a boat to get there.
Yes, you do need a boat. Great one. Here is Isabella with your forecast.
Punxsutawney Phil did not see his shadow Tuesday, meaning an early spring may be on its way. In the meantime, we may see some more snow by next week. Tonight, cloudy skies and a low of 29 degrees. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow with a high of 40. In the 5-day, temps in the mid-40s with partly cloudy skies on Saturday and Sunday. Pretty calm weather for the beginning of the week with a small chance of snow on Tuesday. Expect temperatures in the upper 30s. Have a great weekend.
The Lurch Center will be abuzz tonight with a brass-tacular performance, River City Brass Ensemble. Before the performance tonight, though, the group also worked with the school's musicians.
City Brass is a brass band out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is our 10th anniversary season. So they were here as part of our very first season back in, actually on the exact same date 10 years ago, February 4th, 2006, they were here. We're bringing them back as part of our 10th anniversary season.
The ensemble will begin at 8 p.m. this evening in the Lourdes Performing Arts Center. While the moonwalk and the electric slide were popular in the 80s, two SHIP students had a different idea about dance.
In 1985, Eileen Hutchinson and Brenda Kahn started the Shippensburg University Dance Troupe Club.
There were two students here, and they created this dance troupe because they wanted to dance more, and they did it throughout their lives.
It took another 20 years for dance troupe to get club sport.
We weren't officially recognized until 2005 by the school. So we were basically just a club, and now we're officially recognized by Senate and as a club sport.
The troupe competes in competitions and puts on shows for the public. But they don't just dance. They meet and put in countless hours of practice.
As we get closer to our show and closer to competition.
We go to work for weeks after weeks. I lose track of time after a while, but yeah, it's all worth it.
And they break the long rehearsals with some fun stuff.
Also, something we do is called Secret Buddies. So as it gets closer to show, you have a secret buddy, you don't tell anyone who it is, and you just get some like small gifts.
We have events that we go to, like we have like pumpkin picking when it's Halloween season. We have mixers and things like that we do.
2016 is a hallmark year for the dance troupe as they celebrate their 30th anniversary, honoring the accomplishments in their show.
We picked a lot of songs from 1985 and 1986, the academic year that it was started.
30 years of dancing also means 30 years of changing. Social media plays a huge role in the publicity for alumni Kelsey Paxton.
And then they can also share that page and get our word out that way instead of just flyers on campus, which only gets our view towards the students.
The technology and members may change, but the goal to dance stays the same.
It's always been, we love to dance, we love to show people our talents and what we can do, so it's actually really cool.
Dance Troupe's 30-year celebration is this weekend. Go to sutvnews.com, keyword dance for more information. Melting snow can't stop the winter fun at SHIP. APB is making an ice skating rink out of the Cub Amphitheater tomorrow from 7 to 11 p.m. Bring your friends and come enjoy the winter weather. If you don't already have plans for this Sunday's Super Bowl, consider APB's Super Bowl party. It starts at 6 in the Cub NPR. Watch the game, halftime show, and all of the commercials on the big screen. Help eat 1,500 wings, 100 slices of pizza, and submit your chance to win a 50-inch flat-screen TV. Get ready for a magical night. APB is hosting magician Eric Wilzig tonight at the Cub NPR. Wilzig is known for his extreme magic tricks. One of his acts includes escaping from a metal box. The show starts at 8. Well, that's all I have for this week's entertainment. See you next week.
When we come back in sports, both men's and women's basketball teams clinched a spot in the PSAC tournament.
Also, yesterday was National Signing Day. Find out what Coach Mack has to say about his recruiting 2016 class.
'15 Shippensburg softball alum and current grad assistant Liz Parkins was selected to attend the 2016 NCAA Emerging Leaders Seminar in Indianapolis this past week. The three-day event is designed to provide educational and transitional programming for interns and grad assistants at NCAA member schools who hope to pursue careers in college athletics. The program hopes to provide insight into the inner workings of intercollegiate sports and also teach participants important skills that can help to increase the likelihood of rapid career progression within the field. Junior Carl Leitner was honored in back-to-back wrestling awards this week after returning from a right hand injury. The awards included PSAC Wrestler of the Week and Super Region 1 Wrestler of the Week. Details on the weekend's matchups and how Leitner came out on top are on our website, keyword back-to-back. Every year, Shippensburg Athletic Department hosts a Play for K event that brings awareness to breast cancer.
Play for K event is to find awareness for breast cancer. It's the K Out Cancer Fund. We're hosting Millersville here February 10th. It's a Wednesday against Millersville. So it's breast cancer awareness. It's a great cause. We're trying to find a cure for it. We're having a silent auction that night. Everyone is welcome. There's going to be tables set up for fan club, great events, giveaways, so come out and support.
Tip-off for the women's game is at 6, followed by the men's game at 8. Admission is free for anybody who wears pink to the game. Men's and women's basketball took on East Stroudsburg Monday night, both teams coming off losses against Westchester. Bernadette has the recap.
Game with a jumper from Allison Howard, but Ship finished the first quarter strong with a 13-point lead. Fouls played an important role in the game. Ship went 16 for 19 at the line. ESU battled back, tying the game at 58 with a minute to go in regulation. Logan Snyder put Ship ahead 2 minutes into overtime, and Ship never gave up the lead, defeating East Stroudsburg 68-65. Now on to the men's game. Tony Ellis started the night at the line for Ship, sinking both. ESU kept it close, only trailing Ship by 10 at the end of the half. Points off the bench played a key factor in the game, totaling 33 points for Ship. Ship dominated the second half, never losing the lead. Ship won 74-69.
The teams had a busy week, also taking on Mansfield on Wednesday night. Bernadette Koff has the highlights.
Patrick started the game for Mansfield with a layup. The game went back and forth for most of the first half, with a halftime score of 49 Ship, 30 Mansfield. The third quarter saw an explosion from Ship's offense with a 25-point lead at the close. Ship stayed strong through the fourth, winning 85-66. The men's first half saw an even battle, Ship only leading by 4 at the half. Mansfield defense forced 18 turnovers. With 10 minutes left, Ship was able to break open the game, winning by a final score of 99-89.
The teams head to Kutztown Saturday. The women start at 1 and the men's at 3. High school athletes across the country took their pens and signed the dotted line yesterday. It was National Signing Day, and here at Ship, Coach Mack is thrilled by the new recruits who will add dimension to the offensive line and depth to the wide receivers. But where they play on the field is less important to Coach Mack than the kind of person suiting up.
Well, I think it starts with who they are as a person. You know, character's important, work ethic, and also do they fit in our family, you know, and that's why we have our players around them a lot so they can give me some feedback, because ultimately that's the important part. They gotta be in our family and they gotta fit in.
Players yesterday. There's your look at sports. I'm Matt Trust.
That's all for us here at SUTV News. I'm Marina Barnett.
And I'm Holly Hare. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SUTV News. And as always, check out our website for follow-ups of each story.
We'll see you next time.